All right, what's up, guys? Hey, you. I know you're watching. Now, this is a Yorick guide for every Yorick beginner and also mains out there. I just want you guys to know what's good when it comes down to Yorick and how to actually play him properly. So I'm gonna just dive right into it, guys, because I want you guys to actually understand everything that's going on with this champion. So we're gonna start with the guides for first. What guides? We're the first thing we're gonna start with is Conqueror. So the Conqueror build that I personally like to pick is Conqueror for sure. We go up with Thriums because honestly, having an assist or kill, especially in a fight, let's just say it's just crowded out there, it's a 5v5, you're getting low, you know you might die on the next auto attack, it's great because then you get 12% off your missing HP and it always feels really good. Now, the second thing that we'll be going into, which is also on my guide, which is located on Mobile Fire, is Tenacity. Now, Tenacity is like extremely good. It's really easy to stack compared to Bloodline or whatever else. Like, I personally like it a lot when it comes to Yurk because you're just that person that do not want to be CC'd, and it's an important rune to run when it comes to Yurk. So, honestly, make sure to get your ass building this shit on you. Put it in your runes because it's very great. If you're facing someone that has tons of CC or you're facing a team comp that has a massive amount of CC, this is a rune that you definitely want to take with you regardless of the situation. This is something to put on you. Anyways, the next one is Grace. Now, Grace, it's basically absolutely great because there's two different things that you could go into. Now, you can go into Last Stand if you want to, and I'll explain why. But first, Grace. Grace, you want to take, if you know for sure you can actually stand up against the person in lane, take it, right? If you feel that, you're not going to drop below an HP and you could actually dominate them or just be passive overall and wait for ganks, take it. Because that way you'll be getting what this room provides for you. Now, if you're a kind of player that might get poked a lot, and let's say you're facing someone like Rise or someone that has crazy pokes like Timo or whatnot, Last Stance is basically your kind of tool to use because you're always going to be pretty much below an HP, and basically that's going to allow you to do a lot of damage, right? So it's definitely something for you to take, and it'll be really good. Now, when it comes to the resolve tree on this specific thing as your secondary rune, Demolish is definitely a great pick because I do call this the passive aggressive ghoul, and the reason for calling it so is you play passive, then you start ripping their assholes to shreds. All right, and Demolish is definitely that thing where it's like if you are pressuring the lane a lot, and you know for sure they can't do you anything, why not take it? Right? And second wind basically speaks for itself. If you're taking poke damage from whoever, you know, having second wind is definitely a good thing because then you're going to be healing back for some of the HP that is missed. Not only that, but if you do have Dorn Shield, you're going to be healing back for a lot of HP actually. So Dorn Shield could actually be your thing. If not, that's okay. All right, so that's just one thing. Another thing, I have to like copy every rune that I have from Mobile Fire because goddamn, bro, I have to explain everything. So here, I'm gonna be explaining this, and I explain why I'm not taking Bone playing as well too. Grassly Undying, an extremely great rune to take versus Jax. You can get a lot of things done, which is absolutely amazing. It's crazy. Oh man, thank you so much for the sub, bro. I appreciate that, bro. Seriously, I appreciate that. God bless, man. You're supporting the channel, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much, man. And welcome to the Ghoul Gang, man. Welcome. Uh, Apart from that, guys, Grassity and Dying, we'll be taking that. If you're facing Jax or anyone that you feel like can actually use it against, like maybe Jace as well too, definitely why not take it? You'll be doing a lot of damage, and it feels really great, man. It feels really good. So take it. The thing is, this thing is self-explanatory. I really don't have to go through it with you. You could just read and understand for yourself because, man, my IQ is 1 and your guys are like God, like 200. But I'll still explain it to you. I'll still read it out. So basically, you deal magical damage equal to 4% of your maximum HP, which is insane because if you're going to be tanky, which you will be because you have overgrowth already built in, which I'll explain that later, you'll be doing 4% of the person's maximum HP. Guys, So the more HP you have, the more damage you're doing. That already speaks for itself. So you heal for 2% of your max HP. Uh, I mean, come on, guys. That this rune is actually really good. I mean, you need to take it if you know for sure you could be aggressive or you could be aggressive. I would only take this if I know for sure I can really destroy a person in lane and just become a complete beast in the end of the day, knowing for I could just like step all over your team. The next thing is permanent HP. So you gain 5 permanent HP whenever you proc this rune, which is insane because if you do this like 100 times, that means you have like 500 HP. Holy shit. But I don't know how the hell you would hit someone 500 times, which is insane, but that's amazing. Also, too, I have biscuits and also tonic as well, too, on this tree line, and I will explain it as well, too. Now, when it comes to time wrap tonic, I love putting this on Yorick because, man, it does an amazing great things on this guy. Whenever you're taking damage from someone, guys, or you're low, you don't have to really wait for your potion. I hate waiting for my potion to like run in so I can actually have a couple of HP. But if I can automatically get that HP right away, I definitely want to go into it. So having that time wrap, popping it, absolutely amazing. Not only that, guys, I think you guys thought I was done. Not only that, guys, but it also gave you 5% movement speed, bonus movement speed, 5%, right, for the duration of the potion that you're using. So if you're using a regular potion, health potion, or you're using mana potion, I guess, or you're using corrupt potion, which I love taking on me every single time because I don't want to go back to base and keep spending gold on this over and over. I prefer to use my gold wisely. Definitely, as long as it keeps going and you're still healing from that potion, you're getting that 5% movement speed, which means you can engage on someone or run away for your life. Some of the times you'll see me doing both, all right, because I'm a pussy like that. Biscuit is good. Sometimes I use it for sustaining myself in lane. Like, I mean, it is a biscuit. Or sometimes I would just use it for the amount of mana it gives, which is a lot of mana it gives. And sometimes you could actually run out of mana with Yorick. And that happened to us a lot of the times. You guys know what I mean. You know what I mean. You're not going to say it, but you know what I mean. Another thing that I want to talk about as well too, because I have a lot of other runes there, but I'm just trying to explain everything on what it does and why I love personally bringing it to lane, is Arcane Comet. Now, Arcane Comet is a rune that a lot of people don't really understand. They're sleeping on it, but they don't understand how amazing this thing is. Now, most of the time I'll be taking this against maybe Teemo, maybe against Rise Top, maybe against Akali, more of the less the mages, you can say. Overall, the AP champions, I don't mind taking it against Riven or whatnot, but this is more of what I'll be going into. Having the, first off, the Arcane Comet, you have to understand that your ghouls also proc it as well too. Not only that, but your maiden and also yourself proc it, so you have to remember you'll be getting this thing more quicker than you expect. As well, having the orb on you is great because, I mean, if you're below in, you know, in HP and that person's trying to flash in to kill you, next minute that shield prop, next minute you have a lot of health left, and the next minute they're dead. So why not? You know, having a little bit of survivability is never a bad thing, right? So why not? Now, Transcendence speaks for itself. It's so freaking good. We all know when we're building Yorick, most of the time we'll be, if anything, above 40% CDR with him, right? So if you're going to be above 40% CDR with him, let's say you're going into more CDR items, that gives you like maybe 10% CDR or 20% CDR. You know, like for example, Iceborne, Triforce, Black Cleaver, Spirit Visage, or whatever other item there is that gives you a lot of CDR. Now that extra CDR you have on you is going to be converted into AP or also AD damage depending on whatever champion you're playing. So definitely why not? Now Gather of the Storm, I'm going to speak when it comes to Yorick. I mean, it's self-explanatory, right? Like if you read here, it says 10 minutes, you get 8 AP or also 5 AD. I mean, it speaks for itself. So you're basically getting free AP and AD for that specific champion, whoever you're using, and why not? It's free. You don't have to do it. You don't have to build any items for this shit. So you mean as long as the game goes, the more stronger I get from this, that's sold. I'm done. I got this. it's done. Now, guys, for Masteries, as I said before, it's self-explanatory. It's really up to you and your situation. Normally, a lot of Yorick players would actually go into Adaptive Force if you want more damage. Normally, some Yorick players would actually try to go into more an offensive build because you might feel a little bit sluggish. You want a little bit more attack speed, so why not? If you're facing like AP champions, it's always good to go into magic resistance. If you're facing an AD champion, it's always good to go into some physical armor. You know, like if you're not working out enough, hey, get those abs going soon enough. If you take a punch to the stomach, you might be okay, unless like they punch you in the liver, then that would really suck. But apart from that, that's okay, right? Anything else, honestly, really is not important. Like Grassy Unite is super important. Conqueror is super important. You guys understand that. Another thing with Conqueror is they took out the true damage that it had on it, and that really sucks. But overall, though, I mean, that's okay. Because for me personally, I build Black Cleaver on Yorick most of the time as a starting item, even though it's a situational pick. I enjoy building it because, as you can see down below, on Modifier, on my own guide, it legitimately says that this is for budget building, guys. I mean, come on. Hey, you're just shredding armor for free and you're healing with this. Why not? It's a done deal. There's a reason why Ornn is like one of the #1 champions right now in topside, because true damage is gone from Conqueror and there's really no counters to it. But if you really think about it, it's very easy to counter him. Now let's go. I'm trying to rush this right now, so let's go into summoner spells, because I want you guys to understand the runes that you should be taking. I explained the amount of runes that you should be taking. There really isn't anything else that's really important when it comes to competitive play. So Exhaust is really good to take. Flash is extremely good to take. Ignite is really good to take. Ghost is really good to take. And TP is a common thing to take with Yorick. Cleanse is definitely there as well too, but a lot of players don't really like picking it. I don't know why. Sometimes it could be very, very good. I use it and I laugh when people think that they can catch me with certain amounts of CC and then nothing really happens. It is really very shocking because Rich Yorick takes Cleanse to lane, right? Rich Yorick. Anyways, that's that. Normally you want to take Flashing Ghost because honestly it's unkillable. It explains why you're unkillable, because you could run with Ghost. The CDR on Ghost is very low. CDR on Flash is extremely high, so even though you use Flash to escape, at least you have Ghost for the next upcoming gank if you want to, or also if you want to engage on someone, it's there. So no matter what, you always have something. Exhaust, absolutely amazing against Jax. If he is to jump on you and try to completely rip you a new hole, if you know what I'm trying to say, it's always good to reduce some damage from him, so that way you can actually sustain a hell of a lot of damage. It's very important when it comes down to that. Ignite, normally when it comes to Ignite, I would only be using Ignite when it comes to champions that heals a lot, right? Like for example, Darius. Darius is like a huge problem. I always get questions like, how do you beat Darius? This guy's so hard. This guy's, it's impossible. Like, I tried everything. Did you really try everything? Did you really try everything? Because I bet you're probably one of those Yorick players out there that loves to run Triforce, right? I bet you're one of them. Now, I'm not trying to diss Triforce. Triforce is great in certain picks, in certain matchups. You guys have to understand that. But when it comes to Darius, having Black Cleaver, having your Maiden and your Ghouls by your side with an Ignite is crazy. So basically, whenever you have your Ghouls, they're on Underground. You're ready to rise them up with your Q. You use your E to, you know, mark the person that you want to target, aka Darius. You would activate your Q, your Ghouls would jump on him, you would trap him with your W. Here's the thing, don't walk up to him and keep auto attack him so he can auto attack you. Press A so you know the range of Yorick, that way you can actually position yourself in a better place. Keep in mind that your Darius could pull you in, but that's okay, that is fine. If he tries to use his Q on you, which is the big problem, that's okay. By the time you see the animation of his Q try to come off on you, press your Ignite, and guess what? He's not healing for shit. At the end of the day, he's already dead. You just won. Good job. Alright? So, beating Darius is not a problem. So yeah, against Vladimir, Darius, Mundo, Nasus, I would always take Ignite. Always take Ignite. You'll always see me take it no matter what versus those champions. And in the end of the day, I will come out on top. Period. Now, Where is it? I'm looking for highlights. All right, cool. So highlights here. All right. This is just a recording of me facing Renekton. There's two little things I want to explain. I'm trying to make this video really quick so that way no one has to be here taking your own time doing absolutely nothing, guys. I'm trying to make it really quick for you guys. Yeah, so let's go into this short little clip that I have here. This is versus Renekton. Holy shit. The amount of questions I hear with Renekton countering Yorick, bullshit. He doesn't counter Yorick for nothing. It's just that you're most likely building something wrong, and one of the best things that you could build for yourself is definitely Black Cleaver and also to Ninja Tabi. Ninja Tabi is probably one of the first thing I might rush on Yorick. That way, if I were to fight Renekton in a head-to-head fight, he's run press the attack, so I know he doesn't have Conqueror. I'm running Conqueror, so I know I have Heal. Easy to proc when it comes down to your ghouls, so that way, if you have your ghouls on them, you have yourself on them, it's really easy for you to plus 10 that freaking Conqueror and then just start healing a godlike amount. Alright, so I'm going to get into this and show you what it's like. As you can see here, Black Cleaver, Iceborne, and no boots. You don't need it when you have this. This was crazy. Alright, so you can see, I already know Renekton was in lane doing his shenanigans. I know for sure I can get onto him. Now, people would ask, why are you building Iceborne on Yorick? The reason why I'm building Iceborne on Yorick, guys, because I hate being kited. Yeah, there's other items that you could build on him that's actually 80 that can actually work with your ghouls, with your main as well too. But that's not the case. The case is, this item is extremely cheap, extremely affordable, obviously. And I'm a budget guy, once again. This is the budget channel, and we love to do things the budget way. So, having a slow, an AoE slow at that, not only that, but you could also use it to push lane. It's not that great when it comes to Tiamat, but it's good. Alright, it gives you 20% CDR, alright, 90 armor, alright, you get tons of mana from it as well too, and also Sheen is built into it, so you're also doing bonus damage from it as well too with your Q. Not only that, but you could also use any abilities and still auto attack someone and still procs Sheen. So regardless of the situation, you'll always be able to do something. And I mean, whenever I'm playing Nasus, I wanna spam my stuff. And then me playing Yorick, knowing fully well he doesn't have Nasus ult where it reduces your Q by 50%, this feels good. Every 2 seconds it comes up, hey, I'm happy. So let's dive into this. So here, I'm staying close to him because I know for sure I'm healing, he's not. So right here, I already know I killed him, right? And this is why I say Triumph works properly, because it's a rune, by the way. I already explained it. You gain 12% of your missing HP, and basically if you kill someone or get an assist kill on a person, you gain that regardless. Plus 20 gold, which I don't know why, but hey, 20 gold, why not? Seeing here right now, you'll see me healing a little bit. He just smited, but I just healed a little bit. I already know it's the sidestep because I believe his Q was coming up. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to sidestep his Q. Things will be fine. That's not a problem. Thresh is there, so I'm positioning myself around these minions to make sure that I don't get hooked anymore by this guy. If anything, maybe flay. Like he's going to flare me away, but that's all he can actually do. As you can see, he's just flare me away. I killed Jarvan. I know for sure I'm going to be getting back more HP because of the rune that I'm running. Now here, Nahlis missed it. That's fine. So here I want to show you guys, there's some ways you could be aggressive and some ways, you know, you shouldn't be aggressive. So here you see that I have minions down. He's trying to Q me. Obviously, I'm going to stand me on my minions because I don't want to get Q'd by this guy. I might die. So here I see Aurelia coming in through that corner already. Nahlis is right here. Tristan is on her way. It's not showing a map, but she's on her way. Like, alright, cool. No problem. I'm going to back off because I already know Aurelia is going to look for me to kill first. And I don't want that to happen. I'm not trying to be greedy for kills. I want to play it smart. So here I just got back an extra bit of HP from the assist of Thresh dying. And here I am now saying, okay, I'm going to try to go in, try to do a little damage to her, and just give Tristan a kill if anything. And that's about it. So there we go. I end up getting the ace, but everything worked out properly. It really comes down to positioning, guys. Sometimes you can't really be greedy All right, you have to play it smart. You have to know where to stand and how to position yourself so that way you don't mess up. Because I know a lot of you probably, if you die, you might actually go off on your teammate. But there's so many things you can do that can actually turn a lot of things around. And there, I just knew exactly what I had to do. Another thing as well too that a lot of players don't understand is how to use their Yorick W properly, which is really, really funny. Right here is a very great example of facing an Alawi and Lee Sin. This game I was being camped like crazy, but I keep turning it around. This Lee Sin was completely pissed at me. He didn't like me whatsoever. He was saying a lot of crazy shit, and I love it because whenever you talk negative to me, it just makes me know that I'm doing a great job to you. So here I'm facing Alawi. Everybody should know what Alawi does. All right, we all should know about her hentai tentacles and how much it can fuck you. I don't want to be fucked. I want to live. I want to stay and keep my ass a virgin as long as possible. I need my ass to stay shut and tight. That's right. That's right. Okay. So, anyways, moving in. Knowing fully well that Lee Sin just trapped himself, God, like, thank you so much. He didn't realize that, I guess. And Alawi just put on her whole, like, do you really think I'm stupid to actually stay in that shit? So I decided to get out. Lee Sin actually helped me out a lot when it comes down to it. Here, I knew he was trying to use his Q. He's trying to go off on me. So I'm like, all right, let me get into the minions because I know for sure if he Qs me, I'm probably going to die. And I would really hate that shit. So here I'm trying to make a really good play. How much damage can I take from Alawi? And how fast can I kill the Lee Sin? So as you see, he really had no option to use any Q or anything here. So it's really easy to kill him. And that's that. As you can see here, I'm using my ghouls and my W properly. Alright? I know Alawi cannot dash through this shit. Probably she can use her W and come into it. But that's about it. If she does, that's a plus. As you can see here, I got plus 20 gold and plus 200 HP from Triumph. Right? And that shit is absolutely broken. So here I got my Q. Remember, whenever you're below 50% HP, you heal for twice the amount on your Q, which is something that every Yorick should know and abuse whenever possible. Yeah, the healing is not the best, but still, it could actually help you out in really shitty conditions. I've been there, man. So I'm just walking away because I know for sure she's looking to Q me. And I'm not trying to get Q'd by her because I believe her W does health percentage damage. And I'm not in the mood to see her do some next level amount of shit that makes no sense. Right? So, and I heal back again. So it's really important for you guys to actually know these kind of things. And I really hope you guys can learn from this. Now, I'm going to be going down to check out builds and stuff. As you can see here, let me go into history. I enjoy building tanky on Yorick. Alright, I enjoy building Black Cleaver, as I said before, because it's really, really amazing. It makes me do damage for absolutely no reason and for cheap. Black Cleaver is 3,000 gold. Triforce is 3,733 gold. If I'm exact at it, probably wrong, but it's in between that. It's expensive, that's all I'm saying. Iceborne is 2,750 gold, so having the two items is just 5,000 and a few gold. All right, you're not going anywhere with that shit. Compared to Triforce going to Sturk's Gauge or Triforce going to something else, it's gonna be a long time to get into that. And the only time I would normally go into Triforce, guys, is if I'm facing like an AP champion top like Rise, for example, and there's an AP champion in mid. Or let's say, for example, the team on the enemy side is extremely squishy. I would definitely love to go to Triforce and completely blow them all up so they understand never pick a squishy team against a Yorick player. Right? So keep in mind, I'm not saying Triforce is bad. I'm saying that it's a situational item and it shouldn't be built every single time. Just like Black Cleaver, it shouldn't be built every single time. It's definitely a situational item as well. So keep that in mind, guys. Seriously, keep that in mind. Last but definitely not least comes the matchups, right? So if you guys want, I'm gonna be sending my guide on the chat as well too, and I'll be putting it up in the description below after this, so everyone can actually see it down in the description below. And guys, keep in mind before this video ends, if you haven't click on that sub button when it comes down to YouTube. Please do. It's definitely going to help me out as a YouTuber. If you haven't followed me on Twitch, please do. It's definitely going to help me out as a Twitch streamer as well too. Guys, moving on to the last thing, the second last thing, would be Yorick's abilities. Normally, everyone is asking me what should I be maxing versus Darius or versus when is the best time to max your W. All right. So the best time to normally max your W is against champion that doesn't have much mobility. Like for example, um, Garen, Jace, um, Timo is one as well too. I love to max my W against these guys because it just makes life really, really, really easy, and that's pretty much it. Now, the champions that you should not try to max your W against unless you're very confident in what you're doing, aka Tryndamere, whenever he uses E. If you max your W, you could always trap him and outplay him, like you'll see in the videos that I have on YouTube, how I actually play that matchup. Do so. Same goes for Riven, same thing. But when it comes to Fiora and other champions, try to max out your E so that way you could actually have some damage when it comes to fighting them, because if you max out your W, it'll be useless to a champion that could just dash out of it and run away, right? So let that be it, okay? Keep in mind with Yorick's ult as well too, is something that I need to talk about. His ult gives you 3% true damage to HP, 3% HP damage as true damage, magical damage, exact, but it's 2 seconds, right? It's not every second because that would be broken. So it's every 2 seconds you can proc that effect from Maiden. Keep in mind that every time you level up Maiden, she gets a certain amount of HP, and it's really awesome, all right? Singles for his E, you get a little bit of damage, but also too, you get 15% health damage. I believe that's what your E gives you, which is really good, right? But then again, I really wish it's scale with AD because that would be really awesome. Anyways, moving on to Yorick's hard matchups versus the champions that he would enjoy having as a jungler or also team. Renekton is definitely there as somewhat of a nuisance, but then again, he's really easy to beat. Keep in mind that I just showed you a video of what you could build. Definitely Ninja Tabby is really good against them. It really destroys them. I love it. Aurelia is second to that, but that's fine. The rest of the gang, like probably Kled and Jax, might be a really annoying matchup as well too with Fiora and Ryze. But then again, if you with Kled, going with Conqueror, because runes is very important, not just your builds but runes as well too. Going with Conqueror versus Kled with a Ninja Tabby, and I would go into a Black Cleaver and an Iceborne. Always Iceborne and Black Cleaver in that order, doesn't really matter. Whichever one I could reach at first, I built because I need the sustain. It's always good to build against them because you'll be doing tons of damage, and why not, right? And also you have great sustain. When it comes to Akali and certain other matchups, I definitely love going into Arcade. I like to call it Arcade. I know it's Arcane, but I say Arcade Comet. And having it there, just that early little poke that you have throughout the entire game actually, not to mention your ghouls and mains like stacking on it. It's really, really cool. They stack it really quickly. If you don't believe me, go on practice 2 and try it out if you have anything to say before you say anything. The last thing right now in this meta, Ornn is a big pick. So I have to advise you, what I built against Ornn is Black Cleaver and Sanguine Blade. All right, it's extremely good in that order. Or you can go Sanguine Blade and Black Cleaver. Whichever one of your heart desire, go into. But I prefer Black Cleaver because of the CDR that it gives, the health that it gives, and you also have the damage and the penetration as well too. So why not? Not only that, but the movement speed that it gives as well too. Definitely need a mobility just in case I get caught out in the wrong place, right? Speaking of the champion that's actually ideal when it comes to grouping with Yorick, Sejuani is definitely an amazing pick because of the early CC that she has and how tanky she can be throughout the game, and the synergy she has with Yorick as well too from her passive, where he can proc it extremely easy, getting you that CC that your heart desired. Zinzal, extremely crazy when it comes down to the early game and his early ganks and how hardcore bursty this champion can be. Great for early game, great to have, if your duo partner knows how to play him, absolutely amazing. Udyr, Also an amazing early game champion. I think we all know Trick 2G and how he plays them. Udyr is just bursty, especially right now with Sanguine Blade. Triforce and Sanguine Blade is absolutely ridiculous on him. Volibear is another champion that's extremely good in the early game and has really good ganks. There's multiple other champions as well too, but those are the ones that I picked from. And that's pretty much it. Guys, if there's any other questions that I can answer for you personally, please do ask in the comment below. Or if I'm streaming, please, come to my channel and ask. If you are on my Mobile Fire page, please just leave in the comment section what you think, whatever question you have on your mind that I could possibly answer for you. I'll be glad to. But apart from that, guys, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching this, if you are still watching this. And hopefully I can see you next time. All right? That's really, really cool. Thank you very much. Right? Nerf Yorick at 1%. Oh my god, guys. I'm not sorry, Iceborne. It's okay. Pixel, I actually love you, bro. Thank you very much for being here, man. Apart from that, guys, take care. Peace and love, everybody. And I'll see you on the next stream, if anything. And overall, I appreciate you guys being here watching this channel. Peace, guys.